Coronation Street's Megan Walsh lurks in the shadows watching Will Driscoll next week, but will he be tempted to reconnect with the woman who groomed him? With young Will fearing his experience with Megan has ruined his life, her reappearance could scupper his family's hopes of him having a normal teenage experience. Megan's shock arrival could turn Will's world upside down, explains our Cobbles insider. He's just begun to realize the damage Megan's done. But there's a part of Will which still loves her, and she knows it. Hurt by harsh words from Sam Blakeman in the cafe, Will's even more upset when he overhears his dad tell Eva Price that Megan has destroyed his boy's life. The teen climbs up the scaffolding outside the corner shop, swigging vodka and feeling hopeless. Asha Allahan and Hope Dobbs race to get help, and Maggie Driscoll ultimately comes to his rescue, urging him to take back control of his life. But what the Driscolls don't know is that Megan is back on the street, and she's left her phone number on a slip of paper in Will's pocket. With temptation so strong, will he call her? As the week goes on, Will recovers from his crisis and builds a friendship with Hope. Fizz has reservations about this, but Eva's standing in the hallway listening in on their revision session, pleased they're getting on and that Will is spending time with a fellow pupil rather than evil Megan. How will Fizz react to her daughter becoming embroiled in this messy situation? Tuesday's Corrie episode, May 19th, confirmed that Megan had been released on bail after being charged with grooming Will. Corrie's cast and crew have recently been spotted filming court scenes, suggesting that Megan will stand trial for her crimes within the next few weeks. Lucas Hodgson Whale, who plays Will, recently explained, Will was in love with the idea of being with Megan rather than the practicality of it. He's not at an age where he can sit down and think long-term. In his head, it was all peaches and cream, running off to France and everyone being happy. He hadn't thought about the reality. As it finally catches up to him, he realizes, actually, this is wrong. Megan's taken advantage of me and she's been dragging me along. It's done nothing but cause my family grief. He added, once Will eventually makes peace with the fact that he is a victim and that Megan was wrong, I think he'd feel a sense of relief. It's been going on for so long, and to finally have it stop would be massive. He doesn't have to lie for her, or about them, anymore. He doesn't have to lie about anything. It would be more about relief than anything else. The rain hammered down on the Cobbles as word spread across Weatherfield that Megan Lawson had been released early from prison. By lunchtime, whispers filled every corner of the street. Outside the Rover's return, people exchanged uneasy looks, while inside, the tension was impossible to ignore. Nobody expected Megan back so soon. Especially not Carla Connor. Carla stood behind the bar polishing glasses, pretending she couldn't hear the gossip. But every mention of Megan's name tightened the knot in her stomach. Across the pub, Betsy watched her carefully. She won't come back here, will she? Betsy asked quietly. Carla forced a shrug. Who knows with Megan? But deep down, she knew exactly what Megan was capable of. Months earlier, Megan's imprisonment had finally brought peace to Weatherfield after her dangerous lies and manipulation nearly destroyed several families. She had blamed innocent people, twisted friendships, and almost caused a deadly factory accident before the truth finally caught up with her. Now she was free again. And she had unfinished business. Meanwhile, at a small flat on the other side of town, Megan stared out of the window with cold determination. Her belongings were packed into 2 battered bags, but she had no intention of starting over quietly. She wanted revenge. A knock at the door interrupted her thoughts. Her old friend Zoe entered cautiously. You sure this is a good idea? Zoe asked nervously. People on the street hate you. Megan smirked. That's exactly why I'm going back. You could leave Weatherfield behind. No, Megan snapped. They ruined my life. Now it's their turn. Later that evening, shockwaves hit the street when Megan suddenly walked into the bistro during peak hour. Conversations stopped instantly. Forks froze midair. Even Nick Tilsley looked stunned. Leanne narrowed her eyes. You've got some nerve showing your face here. Megan ignored her and slowly scanned the room until her eyes landed on Carla. A chilling smile spread across her face. Carla stood up immediately. Get out. Nice to see you too, Megan replied calmly. Nick stepped between them. You need to leave before this gets ugly. But Megan wasn't intimidated. In fact, she seemed to enjoy every second of the hostility around her. I'm not here to cause trouble, she lied. I'm here because I've got every right to rebuild my life. You lost that right, Carla hissed. The atmosphere became explosive, and for a moment it looked like Carla might physically throw Megan out herself. But then Megan delivered the bombshell nobody expected. I've bought a flat, she announced. I'm staying in Weatherfield permanently. Gasps echoed around the bistro. Leanne looked horrified. You can't be serious. Oh, I'm completely serious. Carla's face drained of color as Megan leaned closer. And this time, I'm not leaving until everyone knows the truth. That single sentence sent fear through Carla instantly. Because Megan knew secrets. Dangerous secrets. The next morning, Sarah found Carla sitting alone in the factory office, clearly shaken. You okay? Sarah asked gently. She's planning something, Carla muttered. I know she is. Maybe she just wants attention. No. Megan never does anything without a reason. Sarah hesitated before speaking again. What truth was she talking about? Carla looked away. That's exactly what worries me. Meanwhile, Megan settled into her new flat and immediately began making calls. One of them shocked viewers the most. She contacted Adam Barlow. Adam arrived reluctantly later that afternoon. What do you want? He demanded. Megan sat calmly at the table. A fresh start. Adam laughed bitterly. Nobody's buying that. You should listen before judging. Adam crossed his arms impatiently. Then Megan dropped another huge revelation. Before I went to prison, I found evidence about the factory accounts. Adam frowned. What evidence? Money disappearing. Illegal payments. Someone covering their tracks. Adam's expression darkened. You're lying. Am I? She slid a folder across the table. Adam opened it slowly, and his face changed instantly. The documents looked genuine. If this gets out, Adam whispered. Exactly, Megan replied. Suddenly, it became clear why she had returned. This wasn't about revenge alone. This was leverage. By the end of the week, Megan's presence had thrown the entire street into chaos. Rumors spread about corruption, hidden payments, and secret deals connected to underworld. Carla became increasingly paranoid as tensions inside the factory exploded. Workers feared losing their jobs. Sarah demanded answers. Even Lisa started questioning whether Carla had been hiding something serious. But Megan remained strangely calm throughout it all. She knew she held the power now. Then came Friday's dramatic cliffhanger. Carla arrived home late at night to find her flat door already open. Panicked, she stepped inside cautiously. Megan, she called. Silence. Suddenly, a voice emerged from the darkness. You should have listened to me months ago. Carla froze. Megan stepped forward holding a thick file of documents. I warned you there'd be consequences. What do you want? Carla whispered. Megan smiled coldly. Everything. The episode ended with Carla staring in terror as Megan revealed the final page of the file, a document containing evidence that could destroy multiple lives across Weatherfield forever. And judging by Megan's expression, this was only the beginning. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.